Coco Gauff's honest confession after avoiding going winless at 2025 WTA Finals. Coco Gauff admitted that she entered the Jasmine Paolini match determined to get a win simply because she didn't want to repeat her 2022 WTA Finals fate. After picking up a 3-set defeat to Jessica Pegula in her opening Riyadh match, Gauff needed to beat Paolini to keep her chances of qualifying for the semifinal stage. And she managed to do so after registering a 6-3, 6-2 win over the Italian tennis star. For Gauff, this is her fourth consecutive WTA Finals appearance. In her debut at the prestigious season-ending tournament in 2022 in Fort Worth, the American went 0-3. In her next two appearances, the 21-year-old reached the event's semifinal in 2023 before winning the title last year. I was just trying to play relaxed. I played a WTA Finals where I lost all 3 matches, in 2022, so I was determined to not make this a repeat of that. I knew that today's win was important to keep myself in the tournament, the world number 3 admitted. Gauff now has to beat Aryna Sabalenka. Sabalenka leads the Stephanie Graf group with a 2-0 record. Gauff and Pegula stand at a 1-1 record, while Paolini has been eliminated after losing her opening 2 matches. On Thursday, Gauff will clash against Sabalenka for the first time since beating the Belarusian in the French Open final. And it will be another very important match for the American against the Belarusian since she needs to beat the world number 1. In the glittering arenas of professional tennis, every point carries the weight of expectation, every match is a test of skill and nerve, and every athlete grapples with the invisible yet palpable pressure to succeed. For Coco Gauff, the 2025 WTA Finals presented precisely this crucible, a stage both spectacular and unforgiving. After intense weeks of competition against the world's top players, Gauff managed to avoid a winless outcome, a feat that brought relief, reflection, and a candid self-assessment that revealed the deeper layers of her athletic journey. Gauff's road to the WTA Finals was far from linear. Known for her explosive speed, precise ground strokes, and exceptional court intelligence, Coco has long been celebrated as one of tennis' brightest young stars. However, the 2025 season had thrown unique challenges her way. Early round upsets, battling injuries, and the psychological toll of carrying expectations, both her own and those of the fans, made this year's finals feel like a personal crucible. Entering the tournament, the shadow of being winless loomed over her, an unwelcome specter that every competitor dreads but often must confront. The opening rounds of the WTA Finals were a test of both skill and fortitude. Facing seasoned players with a variety of playing styles, from the relentless power hitters to crafty tacticians, Gauff had to recalibrate her approach constantly. She revealed afterward that she had spent countless hours analyzing opponents' weaknesses, adjusting serve patterns and refining her footwork. I knew I had to bring everything to the table, she confessed. Not just my shots but my mind, my focus, and my ability to adapt under pressure. Her candidness was a departure from the typical post-match platitudes we often hear from athletes. Coco openly acknowledged the mental strain of competing at such an elite level. It's hard to explain to people who haven't been in this position, she admitted. Every match feels like a balancing act between confidence and self-doubt. You have to remind yourself constantly, you've trained for this. You deserve to be here. That honesty resonated with fans and fellow players alike. In a sport often dominated by curated social media images of perfection, Gauff's vulnerability felt refreshing and relatable. She painted a picture of what it truly means to navigate elite sports. Not just the glamorous victories but the silent battles fought internally on the court, in hotel rooms, and during moments of solitude. Her first victory at the finals came in a tightly contested match that tested both her tactical acumen and mental resilience. She admitted that it wasn't just her physical preparation that mattered. It was her ability to manage nerves, read her opponent's psychology, and stay present point by point. I realized that if I allowed myself to think too far ahead, to imagine what could go wrong, I'd lose my edge, she explained. I had to stay in the moment, one point at a time. What makes Gauff's confession particularly compelling is her willingness to confront her mistakes publicly. She spoke about the moments in matches where she faltered, overhit a shot, or let frustration dictate her play. I've learned that acknowledging your errors is not a weakness, she said. It's an opportunity to grow. I had to forgive myself quickly and refocus. That mindset allowed me to avoid going winless, and it will serve me beyond these finals. Throughout the tournament, Gauff demonstrated a remarkable blend of maturity and youthful fearlessness. She leveraged her strengths, speed, defensive skills, and a surprisingly tactical serve to navigate her matches. Yet, she did not shy away from admitting the areas that still required growth. "I need to improve my serve consistency and mental toughness under extreme pressure," she stated candidly. "Recognizing that doesn't diminish my confidence, it fuels it." Her honest reflections extended beyond technical aspects of the game. Gauff delved into the emotional and psychological dimensions of being a professional athlete in the global spotlight. The WTA Finals are not just about physical skill, they are a stage where the weight of media scrutiny, public expectation, and personal ambition intersect. Gauff spoke about moments of isolation, the challenge of maintaining perspective amidst intense attention, and the importance of a support system. "My team, my family, my friends, they keep me grounded," she shared. "Without them, this journey would feel much lonelier." Fans and commentators alike were struck by the authenticity of Gauff's insights. In an era where athletes often present curated, polished narratives, her openness offered a rare glimpse into the humanity behind the racket. She acknowledged her fear of failure, the disappointment of narrowly lost points, and the persistent challenge of sustaining motivation after tough defeats. Yet, these admissions did not undermine her accomplishments. Rather, they highlighted the mental fortitude required to perform at the highest level. Avoiding a winless outcome at the WTA Finals was more than a statistical milestone, it was an emotional victory. Gauff described the sense of relief and validation she felt after securing that crucial win. "It's not just about the number in the win column," she explained. "It's about proving to myself that I can persevere, that I can adapt and fight, even when things aren't going perfectly. That feeling is priceless." Coco's reflections also underscored the evolving nature of her career. At just 19 years old, she has already faced the pressures of Grand Slam finals, media scrutiny, and a relentless travel schedule. Yet, she continues to grow not only as an athlete but as a thinker and leader in the sport. Her willingness to articulate the psychological aspects of competition sets her apart from many of her peers and positions her as a role model for younger players navigating similar paths. Importantly, Gauff framed her honest confession within the context of future ambition. Avoiding a winless streak was not an endpoint, it was a stepping stone.